Hola, Ma.
We're already recording. It's been 2 weeks already and we are crazy for this. We needed the SMT. Not a placebo. It's the vaccine, actually. Good. So I'm Mary and I'm Frank's daughter. And I used to be Harrison's mother, but I'm not anymore. So that he cries.
I'm Francie, and I'm Mary's daughter, and I'm still Harrison's sister.
That's your choice. That's your choice, absolutely. Good. So we didn't manage to do the SMT last week because we came to the bar and the bar was packed with people and we couldn't ask them to stop talking, neither stop talking nor lower their voice tone. And so we decided to just drop the ball. Good. So shall we start with what did you learn this week?
Yes.
You start.
So that I don't forget.
Yeah, exactly. This was a point that you couldn't forget.
Yes.
Okay, good. So you start.
So I learned from watching The Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
What?
You finished it?
No, not yet.
You don't want to finish it?
No, I'm procrastinating.
That's how I
the
felt.
episode.
Exactly. That's how I felt. Exactly.
I learned what apophenia is, and it's the ability that some people have to find meaning and sense in nonsense things.
Fantastic.
And I think that's what happens when she plays chess, for example. And it's
because
interesting.
she finds meaning in things that
Exactly.
are ridiculous, right? All the images that she can see
in the room, in the ceiling. So that's what I learned.
And have you thought about you finding?
I thought about it. I think I'm a pretty boring.
Flat person. You find meaning in real things, not in things that in sensed things.
For sure, maybe I can. For example, I don't know. But it's different. For example, I can say, for me, music is the most important thing in my life, and this is not for you.
Of course.
That sense,
you find meaning there. I knew that you were going to say something connected to music, yes. But I don't know, like for example, some notes I don't know, like when you listen to some notes, some I don't know, like chords or certain tones in music, do they represent something to you?
Yes, for example, I don't know, I see colors.
Okay, good. So that could be the nonsense.
Yes, that is the synesthesia.
Yes,
we talked about. Kind of. But I should think of something.
No, but that works.
Yes.
I think that works. Good. What did I learn this week? I had a tough week, so I have to say that. No, I'm going to say the thing. The previous.
You need a hug. You deserve it.
No. I had a terrible week this week, but anyway. Good. Now, last week I was going to speak about placebo because I have read a couple of things and articles from the newspaper because of the COVID vaccine, and I realized that I knew nothing about placebo, so I went and I looked for some things. But then, honestly, this week was such I don't know, like a changing week for me, and I had to make decisions and everything. And more than a learning week, it was a reminding week. So this week reminded me of one thing that my friend Laurie from Buenos Aires, who lives in New York, and I go to visit her every year. But I haven't been there in 2 years. Good. Now she told me a couple of days ago, the only certain thing is that is change in life. This is the only certain thing. The rest,
fortunately and unfortunately.
Yes. But if we manage to, I don't know, like embrace that concept and make it like a little bit of a life mantra and remind ourselves like every day, probably change is never going to be that difficult again, because it's a reality. It's a reality. And of course, the reminder this week was that things change in a blink of an eye, okay? And so they change from when we assume so many things and we expect so many things and we believe that certain things are going to happen, and then all of a sudden in 24 hours things change. But come on, I am in this moment, I'm speaking about material things, but the truth is that this is happening in the last 3 years for me in so many different ways, and the only thing that really matters is when really life changes and you get a bad news and you understand that there will be something that will change forever. Okay, because I'm going to Lierna, which was the issue of this week or not. That changes a part of my life, but that doesn't change the whole of my life.
Like other
exactly.
things.
And I could speak forever, but I'm gonna curb my But
what scares? It's going out of that comfort zone.
Of course. Accepting the change, and yes.
Things that we took for granted change and are not for granted.
Yes, exactly. And then I think it's very hard for humans to, I don't know, it seems so stupid, but it's so true, to imagine ourselves like in a different situation when we are so used to something. No? I don't know, that's what scares us. But come on, it takes nothing to be in a different situation. It takes nothing. And most of the times, at least this is how it has happened to me, those changes or that different situation has always brought me benefits
sometimes we expect us not to be prepared
exactly,
for what's coming, how am I going to live without this, but then at the end it's less than...
It's less terrible than we thought it would be, of course. Good. That was the first question. Good. Something that blew my mind. So this is connected to last week because I read a piece of news and I'm going to keep it this week and I'm going to connect it to something that happened in the same path. So last week I read a news about, the whole world knows about this, about another breakout of Ebola in Africa, okay? And come on, that made me think we are so concentrated on this freaking pandemic and COVID and 24 hours that the world is thinking about COVID. But how many problems are there in the world in this moment that we are not really thinking about, and those problems are definitely much more. Come on, Ebola breakout in Africa. Ebola has been on the planet for years already, and there's another breakout. So that means that in 5 years' time we might have another breakout of COVID. So why don't we start imagining a world with COVID? Not a world without COVID, because everybody's expecting that tomorrow COVID. No, sorry. But you're right. And let me tell you something. I'm doing some master classes on the internet now, and I just finished a master class by a neuroscience doctor who is a specialist in sleep, okay? And I finished it 2 days ago, and you know what the last phrase was? The last phrase was, let's work as a collective body in all the world, all humans, to fight the sleep loss epidemic. And you know, there's an epidemic of sleep loss in the world, and we're not thinking about that, and how detrimental that is to the world. Maybe more than the pandemic, maybe more than COVID. Come on, probably that problem is definitely bigger than
It's been there for
people losing their sleep. It's a terrible thing. We become grumpy. Sorry. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I think that. Sorry.
I can't really say anything.
No, well, but so come on. No, making things a little bit more relative and going always back to the things that are important and to remember that there's really sufferance in the world, and we have spoken about this
so many times.
And yes, and so those are the things that we really need to concentrate more. It's not that we don't need to pay attention to COVID,
And
but
also
just
we
give
have-
it the
yeah.
right relevance.
We have to say people lost relatives, for example,
Of
because
course,
of COVID. I mean,
Of course.
but
we haven't,
yes,
exactly,
compared
exactly.
to, come on.
But it's giving the relevance,
The
giving the
relevance.
right relevance, giving the
In
right
everything, as in
relevance.
everything.
Of course. What blew your mind?
Also connected to movies.
Good.
So I saw.
Harrison is present, by the way. We didn't want him to be present, but he is. As long as there's a film, that's Harrison. Harrison, that was a line. That was a line for you. Good.
But curb your enthusiasm, okay? No. I remember that I suggested you a movie, Malcolm and Mary.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
at one point, I don't know if
Don't
we...
tell me all the movie.
No,
because I
it
started-
was just a sentence.
Don't spoil it.
And it's not that it blew my mind, because it's things I already been thought about it in the past, but I've been rethinking, rethought.
Yes, I'm rethinking about it.
Rethinking about it. And it's that at one point they talk about, they say a sentence that says something like, mystery is what maintains the tension in a
Sure.
relationship.
Also in films.
Yes. Exactly. For example, horror films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but everything.
No, yeah. Okay, you can keep going.
No, but I love it. I love it. It's
No,
true.
and it's so true. So, because she was giving, the girl was giving, for example, an example, okay, we're in a relationship, and I have a mystery. I don't know what your past girlfriends were like, so I try to be the best
Fantastic. Yes.
version of myself, you know?
That is a nice concept.
Incredible.
That is such a nice concept. It's true.
Yeah, and I was thinking that I always want to have a partner that is mysterious in the sense that always like evolves and is ambitious and you know,
Of course.
because I
That keeps the mystery alive.
keeps
That keeps the tension in the relationship.
yeah, because I was thinking I met in my life people that didn't even know. It's hard, but for example, didn't know what they wanted to study or what were their purposes, and I thought, how?
I meet them every day, Fancy.
Poor girl. No, me too, Mom. Me too. I was just being generous, saying it like
In my life.
in my life. You know, I met a couple of people.
Yes. At least in the partner thing that you would like to have in your life, that's not a line for Harrison. Just for a laugh. Good. I think we need to hurry because there are so many people
Okay.
here. Good. Now,
But I want to say something about it.
Yeah. I know. But we will have like
Yeah.
eternal SMT.
Yeah.
Now, how did you push yourself this week?
Something that was hard was my voice not being perfectly okay, but not because of the pain, the ache,
Yes. So the
the
pain,
sore, yeah.
the sore in the throat.
was the fact of not like I realized how much I sing without even noticing, and I had to control myself to like have a rest.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean?
Of course.
So,
You had to curb your enthusiasm
With we love that sentence,
because
but we don't curb our enthusiasm.
this is we need to work on that. Come on, that's what keeps us going. You know, curbing the enthusiasm.
Try at least. So that you can, yeah.
So
it
you
was
push
just
it,
that,
of course,
and
of course.
it was hard for me because the voice, it's like my tool.
That's
my,
your resource.
My resource.
Yes, of course. But this is something that you will need to think about for the future. You know, like when they say that sport people really pay attention to.
Sport. Come on.
This neuroscience doctor was explaining some cases of sport people who really pay attention to the sleep routine, and one of them is Federer.
Your crush.
Yota Motolengi and Federer. That's my list. My list of friends for the future. Can we tag him?
It's mentioned you.
Francie, can you tag these two people? So this is my man who's battle in love with the two of them.
And you?
What I had to push myself with sticking with the truth and what my heart was telling me was the right thing, because it was such a controversial week for me. And I don't know, I thought about this. This week I had a broken heart, okay, and it has happened it has happened very few times in my life that I really had my heart broken.
You are the one breaking. You want to say that? Say it. Say it.
No, I didn't break any heart. No, but so I don't know, it was super hard because first of all I thought about how many times in my life I had a broken heart and the pain that one person suffers. And you know, when you have a broken heart, but in general I'm speaking, okay, you think this is not going to happen to me anymore, because when you have a broken heart you think this is the maximum that I could take. And then life is about having broken hearts and coping with broken hearts. So it's how many more times in life will I have a broken heart? That's the question for the future.
Yes, but it's the same we said before, you know, sometimes you have a broken heart and you think, how am I gonna get out of this? How am I gonna do? And then it's okay. And you go on, you keep walking.
Of course. Absolutely. And resilience, because of course that is connected to resilience. And I thought about it a lot this week. And I read a phrase by someone that said something kind of interesting. Our bodies can do everything, they just needed to tell it to the mind. And I thought, come on, it's to the mind and to the heart, I would say, because, come on, no? We are so strong as humans, and our bodies are really have it. I read it from a person who posted this, and he's connected to sports. So he was definitely thinking about sports and the capacity of our bodies to resist, to train, to do.
And mind,
but
come on,
mind commands and heart feels. So come on.
Especially with like sports and art.
Yes.
Yeah, well, everybody.
Good. So question.
Okay, I start. Tell me the color you associate to each member of our family. So us, very fast.
Okay.
And Marce. If you want.
Yes, of course. So Dario is green.
Me too. And well, I have to tell. Very fast. I associate every guy I like to green.
Of course, Angela.
But it's crazy. Like the color, I swear to God, they're all green.
Really? You have a problem, Francis.
Sorry, but keep going.
This was about me and the color.
You know, sorry, my ego. Go.
Now, Dario with green, Juli with blue, dark blue, okay? Juanita with
I know,
pink. But pink because of her feminine side. It's not just pink because she's a girl, because she can wear, I mean,
she's queen of sass.
Well, exactly, when she's doing somersaults and vertical, she's pink, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you're yellow, Francie.
Yellow?
Yes, because you are the light. Yes, I see a lot of light in you. Yes. Yes. Yeah, yes. And I think Mars is like the color of Argentina. Yes, Mars is like blue. It's the color of the water. I see Mars in the water. I see he's the sky. He's the sky. Yes.
Beautiful. How nice is that?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Don't cry for me.
You know me. Let's
Next
stop so I can cry. Ay, te amo, ma.
No, my question now.
Yes. Come on.
Now, suppose that we have to build up, we need to create a program for people to build up resilience. What would you include in that program? Think of something that you
An experience.
Or something that you would put in that program for to help people build up resilience.
First thing that comes to my mind, I would make everyone
Have an exchange.
also, yes, and moving house.
Nice. Yes, of course.
Un trasloco.
Yes, it's a moving houses.
Moving
Yes,
houses.
of course.
First thing, then
Yes.
broken hearted. Broken heart.
Experience it, but we cannot control it.
Yes. So
That happens, and so.
But I
moving-
love this
Yes.
stuff. Nice.
Yes, and that is because I listened to someone, but maybe that could be part of another SMT. But do you want me to tell you quickly?
Of course.
I listened to this doctor again. He's Italian. He's an expert in anti-aging with natural methods. Okay, and I listened to. I can't remember the name of the doctor now, but it doesn't matter. He lives in Switzerland, and probably many people know him. And I listened to an interview, and he was speaking about the importance of building up resilience and working on being ready for changes. And so, you know what he suggested, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to propose it to all the members in the family. You need to change the small things that you do on a daily basis. So, an example: you brush your teeth with your right hand. Stop doing it with the left hand. Can we do that? Can we organize like a plan for the I told Dario, and I said, listen, why don't we organize every month a different thing? And listen. No, because I
You
need to
want to know my dad's reaction?
He loved it. But listen to this. How about having dinner for breakfast and breakfast for dinner?
Amazing.
Biscuits
I
and
can't wait to have goche at 10 p.m.
chocolate chip cookies.
Sweet.
Like it.
Yeah, and next SMT, it's going to be about how hard it is to be your daughter.
Wow.
No, because it's easy. Yeah, I'm kidding. It's the most amazing thing.
No, but I think one SMT needs to be dedicated.
Let's